This is Ashley with TooeleTV. We're out here in the garden with Jay Cooper. Jay Cooper is the founder of DirtFarmerJ.com, and he is known nationwide with hundreds of thousands of views on his YouTube channel. So, Jay, what is DirtFarmerJ.com and who is your audience?
DirtFarmerJ.com is a self-reliance channel. In other words, for people that are very interested in learning skills that may have been lost as from our ancestors, or just other things that people want to know around the house, in the kitchen, in the yard, and in the shop. So that's our audience. That's what we do, is we reach to those people. And we have reach around the United States and other countries as well.
That's wonderful. What kind of topics do you normally cover?
We cover areas in the kitchen, so there might be things that are some of the recipes that we used. We had a somewhat sizable family, and so we were looking always for things to prepare food faster, less expensively, and do things ourselves. Also in the yard and in the garden. So I have participated in the Master Gardener program in our county here, and have learned several skills that we find that other people are very much interested in. So we pass those on for garden, both ornamental as well as culinary, the veggie garden. And also in our shop. I'm a woodworker, and so there's several things I do in our shop that we find there's tips and tricks for anything from how to use a tape measure more effectively, a table saw, other shop crafts that people are very interested in. We publish all of those on our channel.
So a lot of help for self-reliance people. Why did you start doing this?
Well, what we have found is that people like to do a lot of things for themselves, and I'm of that mind. And along the way, I found that people resonated with me and with my wife as well when we would teach these skills. So we started getting an audience locally, or we'd have people say, "Why don't you teach people how to do this sort of thing?" So we began to think about that and said, well, there's technology out there now, YouTube, Facebook, working with our friends right here to get the word out. And so we put this channel together, and now we're on YouTube, which is YouTube/DirtFarmerJ. Also, we have a website, DirtFarmerJ.com, and people can also find us on Facebook. So that's what we're doing. We're having a fun time at it.
I love that. What are some of the most interesting topics that you've covered?
Well, there's two different kinds of things that I personally like. I like anything that you can do better, faster, and less expensively without having to think hard. So some of the things I really like are shop tips that help people to put together things in their shop, whether it's welding, woodworking, glass work, all those sort of things that make it less expensive. You don't have to think as hard, calculate. So I do a lot of tape measure tricks and those kind of things. I like to do yard skills related to how you take care of your turf, your landscape, pruning, common flowers and plants, those sort of things. And so we get a lot of people looking at that, and that's a personal interest of mine as well. So that probably comes through on the videos as well. So, but one of the things that's very popular is do-it-yourselfers that are not necessarily in rural arts. One of the videos that we've done is our most popular is how to, the best way to coil an extension cord. Of all things, who would think that would be just hit all over? But that's gone cross-channel. Several do-it-yourself type of channels have picked it up. And so I get a lot of views on that as well. So those are things I really like, and it shows up in the videos, and other people respond and watch us and then contact us many times as well.
Okay, so why don't you show us that amazing extension cord trick?
All right, so this is kind of commonly how someone's extension cord may appear. They try to wind it around. The problem with extension cords is they get twisted up in use, and that shows up in the way the cord winds out. So one of the things we teach, and this is one of two ways. This is my preferred way, and it's called a chain method. There's also what's called an over and under, and I get some viewers that say, hey, why don't you use that? It's preference, but let's just show. Here we have a cord. One of the things you want to do right off is try to get any wind out of it. So as you can see that this is twisted. So I just pull it through my hand like this, and when you do, it unwinds, okay? And all the twist goes away. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up both ends of this and plug them together, all right? Now,
Easy enough.
just grab this and go right down all the way to the other end. And the reason you want to go to the other end, you're going to start chaining here, is because at the other end, you want, after this chain is done, you want to be able to just pull out the amount you need. And if I reverse it the other way around, then this is going to be buried in the inside and I can't use it unless I unwind the whole thing, okay?
Okay.
So I just want to do that. Now, one thing I want to point out, whatever the length cord is, and I recommend this for up to 100 feet long. 100 feet's getting a little long, but a common length is either 25 foot or 50 foot. Notice that right away by cutting this in half, I have half the length of the cord I need to manage.
Right.
So this cord is now half the length that I need to deal with. Now here's where the magic is. I've got this loop. All I'm going to do is pull that loop down like that, reach through, and now I've got a chain. I'm going to do that again because that's always a little confusing. I've got that there. I pull it down, reach through, and there is my first loop. I'm just going to continue to reach through each time and grab the next one, just like that. Grab the next one. It's almost like crocheting.
Yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
So each time, I'm just going to grab through. And notice that I'm using up cord very quickly because it's doubled. And what happens here is you see that chain, that nice chain starting to form. And here's the last loop. Notice what I've got on the end is that end right there. So now, notice this whole thing is a chain setup. Here's the cool thing about this. This can go in a toolbox, it can go in a bucket, and it'll always just come back out. It never gets, I can wad it up, I could throw it on the ground, stomp it. It'll always come out back again like this, okay?
Very simple storage.
So when I want to use this, I can just pull out what I need right there, and I can use that, okay?
Awesome.
All right? Or if I want to put it back now, I'm just going to re-stow it. Just going to pick it back up. Bam. And because the loops are so loose and open, you don't end up with problem with overheating. Some people are concerned about wire, creating electronic, magnetic resonance and, that resistance and all that. But this is a really quick way to stow your cords and to keep them so that they're safe and easy to retrieve. So there you go. That's the trick.
Well, I can say that I've learned something new today. Thank you so much for showing us that.
You betcha.
So what are your future plans for Dirt Farmer Jay?
Well, thanks for asking. There's several things we're looking at. Right now, as I mentioned earlier, we're at around 2,000 subscribers. We're looking to reach to 5,000. We're at about 300,000 views. Our next intermediate goal is 1 million. To get there, there's a couple other things we want to do. Number one, there's new content that's coming, so there's lots of things, as you can imagine. We're going to be doing one on how to successfully back a trailer. People just go nuts on that. How do you back a trailer up around? It's one of the skills at home many people just really struggle with. So we've got some really quick tips on that. That's the kind of thing. So there's a lot more of those kind of things coming. Number two, we're going to be exploring Blog Talk Radio, which is a podcast type of thing, so people can hear our content, just covering a wide range of subjects, again, like we mentioned earlier, whether it's in the kitchen, it's in the shop, in the yardscape, in the veggie garden. So Blog Talk Radio will be on there as well. And so those two outlets, plus we're adding another whole segment to our website, which is dirtfarmerj.com, so people can go up there and interact with us, as well as post things that they would like to see and watch our videos. So those are some of the things that are coming up.
Awesome. Can't wait for that.
Right on.
So please go ahead and check out dirtfarmerj.com, and you can check out his YouTube channel and videos. And this is Ashley with TooeleTV.